Yeah, 100%. I think that when you get to this point, where you took the game to the end the way we did, we're always hopeful that we we get a bit more out of it. But I have to uh, understand the context too, and look at what the team was able to deliver over two legs, uh, and just have to be proud of the guys. It's, yes, a mixed feeling, but I'm sure that when I'm gonna look back and look at the reference that we could take and bring it to what the team needs to be about going into the last 16 matches we have to play, I think that I can't ask more from our guys.
And then building on that, the biggest thing that popped out to many of us was the passion and the
Yeah.
focus that you guys had in these matches that sometimes in the league sometimes isn't quite there. So what are you hoping your team is able to bring out of this experience to be able to apply that to the games to start racking up the points?
Yeah, I think that's the most difficult part for us as coaches is, there's an emotional factor in a game. You need to approach this game as with an humble mentality all the time. You need to understand that nothing's going to be given to you on that field. You need to fight for every single ball, every single action. You need to compete. You need a mentality that's going to give you an edge over the opposition all the time. When it comes to games like these where you're thinking about, man, I'm going to get in that ring, and if I don't try to fight back, I'll probably be knocked out very early. That chip turns on, and the difficult part is to try and make sure that that stays on all the time, and that's part of my job, and that's what I'll try to do.
Phil, to that point, maybe what are some of the learning lessons you can take from these 180 minutes as you tackle the second half of the season?
Yeah, look, we defended very well throughout the two legs. I think that today a bit less aggressive. We were pinned back a little bit more than we wanted to, and I take the first game as a reference where we were still able to maybe be a bit more aggressive in our progressive pressure and in stepping the lines. And but I think that the way we defended inside our box, the way we showed urgency in every single action to make sure that the ball would stay away from our goal, that's something that needs to happen all the time. I think that if a team is able to keep the ball out of its goal, it's always going to give itself a chance to win, and then it's be able to progress in moments where, when we do have possession, be a little bit more clear and a bit more clinical. It was hard to have that today. Look, they're a good team, right? There's a maturity, there's a progression in what they've built here, and I have to credit the work that's been done. Like I said in my pregame, I watch a lot of the Whitecaps game, and I've seen, the shift and what has been done with this club. And at the end of the day, you lose a round against a team that people could question the form right now versus when we first played them. But these guys they have pride. They're gonna fight, and I look at it and I think the Whitecaps will be up there at the end of this season. So we played the game that was given to us, and now we're gonna have to find our legs to transfer our performance and our fight into the CPL league play.
Phil, you started, two younger center backs, I guess you could say, younger goalkeeper and Elias. Just, what kind of learning lessons can they take from this performance?
It's great for them. That's a success story. Frankie, Kelsey was a monster today. Kelsey is a hidden gem. I think when you look at the CPL, players are hyped easily. Sometimes they should be a little bit more hyped, and they're not. He's a fantastic boy, and he has such a big margin to progress. So I'm happy for him. And Elias is Elias. Elias is going to make mistakes. He's a young goalkeeper, but he has such a big potential. So when you see young players like these rise up to the occasion like they did today, I think that you could be proud. You have to hope the best for them, and that's what I hope for them. And you know, I believe that they won't stick around for a long time if they keep growing the way they've grown.
Any additional questions?
Yeah, Phil, a lot of credit's been given to the defensive performance of your team, and rightfully so. But over the course of the two legs, set pieces was also something
Yeah.
your side had success. Saw even in the first half of this match, there were a couple looks, and it was like, oh, there's something there,
Yeah.
and then you're able to pay it off in the second half. What do you think your team did well? What did you find that worked over the course of the two legs against the Whitecaps?
Look, it was very easy for me when I spoke to the group today. This morning in my room, I went back to Jasper's post-match press conference, and I heard what had been challenging to them. You know, how we were physical, how we were able to run in behind and force those defenders to turn, and how we were effective on set pieces. And when I heard that, I said, "There you go, the three keys for the match." It's easy, right? He made it. He made my life easy. So we knew it would be a big part. We knew it would be important, and we have big boys. We have great delivery. Tammy, Bruno, Rob, Xavi, Diogo when he's on the pitch, and we have guys that could attack the ball. So we knew it would be an important element in the game, both defending and attacking. We scored, yes, but we also, over the two legs, when I look at the first game, they scored twice on set pieces. So yeah, look, we know it's a big part in today's football. So yeah.